Hello guys, this is Benjamin speaking from Gold Game Studios. I recently joined, and I'm also from Norway, so you will have to excuse my bad pronunciation. Anyways, let's get busy. First, I want to mention one thing. Kyle, he said, or he taught you how to make a function of the type void. Now, usually void doesn't return a value, or it has an undecided return type. So this time I'm going to show you how to make a function that adds two numbers and returns the value. So let's start with declaring the function prototype. Now we're gonna make this an integer function because we wanna return an integer value. Therefore, so I wanna name our function, and it has the parentheses here and semicolon. Now these are called the parameters, and inside of the parameters we need to put some arguments for the function. So int a, int b, these are the arguments, and that is significant because it really tells that the function uses two integer variables for the return value. Alright, so let's make our function here. This is exactly the same as the prototype, just that we now give it a body and something to do, some function or task. So add numbers here. I just like to comment. Result actually return a plus b. Now it has these arguments in here, and it takes them, pluses them together, and then it returns the value of the result from a plus b. So now we want to go in our main function and type in some instructions for the user. Input two numbers to be added, and then we have to declare a few variables here, x and y, and then sin x and y. So we have our function down here that does some task, and then we have our prototype up here. Now this is both for neatness sake and because it is easier to remember or find the function. If you want to change something, you have the prototype here, and you have the name and everything, so that makes programming functions a hell lot of easier and neater. Alright, so now that we have our function here, we wanted to call the function. The way we do that is we declare a variable int result, and then assign operator or equal, and then add numbers. See that we don't have the int before it now, so here's the function name. It has to be exactly the same, or else you're gonna get some errors, mate. And so we have the parentheses, but now since the compiler already knows what type and it's gonna take in, we don't have to specify it again. So that's why it's formal here and here. So it knows exactly what it wants, and you have to enter that. But even though we don't have to specify the type, you still have to separate the arguments or variables by commas. Let's go ahead and do that. Now, wanna output this on the screen. So to check that it was successful, the result is result and all. Alright, so let's run this and successfully compile and run. So 10 and 5, the result is 15. It did exactly what we wanted it to do. So you kind of get the idea of it now. But what if you wanted to subtract the numbers? Then you just change the operator. That's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? Okay, 10 and 5. So yeah, that's basically it. I hope this was helpful and that you kind of got the idea of functions. So there's two more things I wanna tell you. Kyle said that the main function is main because it comes first. Now this isn't entirely true, because the main function is the function that runs your program, that basically initializes your program, makes it run, and anything that's in here in the main function is what the program is. So if you don't have a main function, nothing will run. So that's basically why it's called a main function. Alright, so oh yeah, and return 0 here, that basically checks that the program ran successfully, and when it comes to the end here at the return 0 and the closing bracket, it checks if the return value is 0. If that returns, then the program was successfully run and it closes. But if not, it won't reach this statement here and the program will crash or whatever. So I hope this was helpful as well, and stay tuned for more tutorials from Gold Game Studios. Have fun, play around with it. See you later.